Are there any particular states or regions in the USA that offer better high-paying nursing jobs?
So the great thing about nursing is that it's a career that in literally every market is a high paying position, and typically wages somewhat adjust to the respective sort of cost of living. And so in a state like Kansas, the average salary might be $75,000,
which isn't bad living in Kansas.
When you're living in Kansas, $72,000 goes a really long way. And so we're looking at places where we know that the income to tuition ratios are really strong, so that we're providing that kind of high ROI side. It is a highly mobile career. There's the license of a nurse can transport across lots of states, and there's a whole complexity to that, but it's one of the more mobile licenses that you can get. And again, demand being what it is, there isn't a market in the country you couldn't move to and find a job.
Are there any countries where it's easier? Like, I think for doctors coming from Canada, it's a little easier going to the US. Are there any countries where it's easier bringing your nursing license degree to the US?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly the Philippines has built a reputation for quality and over a generation has done this. I think broadly speaking, obviously the US and Canada just tend to have lots of interrelations and very open border policies around things. And then, of course, anybody in the NAFTA TN side has more visa options. But from an academic standpoint, I think most countries find that the definition of nurse and nurse education not quite matching up to the US. And that goes for even places like the UK or Australia, where we tend to have even friction points. And just as a side note, as I'm thinking about it, one thing that is not totally fully appreciated, I think, by many international candidates is, we've sort of said it over and over again, but it's a very high paying position here. It's a very well respected position here.
Yeah.
And even in other countries like the UK, a nurse in the UK makes maybe half of what they make in the US. And so it's a really unique situation here where we have created value for nurses that they, I think, really do deserve.
And I know, compared to many Latin American countries, it's like 10x in terms of what they're getting paid in Colombia and Chile compared to the numbers you shared with us today. I mean, and also serious upward mobility, where I've heard in some of these countries, even in Europe, you enter into the system and you're kind of at that place for a very long time.
Yeah.